Hello everyone, welcome to my first vlog. I decided to do this on what feels like the first beautiful, as you can see, the beautiful blue sky up above, spring day here in the San Francisco Bay Area after just months and months of rain and terrible flooding up in the north. And really, I felt like it was important to actually just dive into the vlog rather than setting things up and creating a perfect video, but to actually just simply dive in, because something that I have been thinking about, especially kind of with the theme of springtime, has been when we have these desires that are deep inside of us and we can kind of feel them pulsing inside of us, and they, it's kind of like the seeds underneath the ground all winter, and something just wants to pop out. And when it first pops out, it kind of looks like you can't see it, but the little weeds that are by my feet, little dandelions coming out, and they're not the full formed gorgeousness that happens in the summer or late spring, but it's the beginning of something, and it's a desire deep inside that feels like it can no longer wait. It needs to be free. And what's interesting is over the past couple of months, I've been just accidentally falling upon different vlogs and actually getting a lot of inspiration, and realizing that some of the inspiration that I was getting from the vlogs I was watching was actually just this feeling of being able to connect with somebody. So these are strangers, just like I might be a stranger in some ways to you, and yet it's a human being who is speaking from their heart, and also speaking as if we are just sitting across each other, across the table, having a conversation from our hearts, and really sharing what has heart and meaning deep inside. And there's something about that feeling that I realized, those are some of the best conversations I've had in my life, are really across from people that I really care about, that are heart to heart and intimate. And they're not necessarily that polished product, the hardcover book in a bookstore or the polished TED Talk. It really is just a sense of, we're human beings, we're all in this together in this big planet, and each of us has something in our hearts that we want to share. And a lot of the desire that has been deep inside of me, and I realized has been wanting to come out, is really to be able to sit across just from other humans all across the world, whoever this is meant to reach, and to feel that sense of connection and that real belief that just like that flower pushing up by my feet has something to offer me just by its existence, so in the same way, my existence and your existence, and just us reaching inside of our hearts and our bellies and saying what's in there that has heart and meaning, has something in there for someone else. And that might be for you today. It might be, it might not be for you. It might be for whoever you forward this to, or it might just be a beautiful moment and it goes by the wayside. But the other important piece that I've been thinking about is that for my heart and being, and I imagine also for yours, whatever dream that's in there that has been pushing and wants to come out, I'm a big believer in waiting and germinating and letting things cook. And then, springtime is a great reminder of also allowing things to come out, and not when they're fully done, but to actually let the desire come out, let it begin to speak, and trust that what's coming is good enough in that moment, because it is what is there, and that in the allowing of it, things will develop. Just as I can even feel, I think it's 4 minutes into this video, I felt really nervous beginning. I'm not even sure if this is going to go out in the world or not, but it was important to just take that leap. And now 4 minutes in, I feel myself more warmed up, and I can tell that I'm starting to speak from deeper inside, and that wouldn't have happened if I hadn't just taken that first step and started where I am. And so I think actually that is my kind of joy message. These vlogs are going to be about different aspects of joy, and really the whole spectrum of joy, because my true belief is allowance of joy is allowance of all that is inside, whether that's anger or sadness or despair, or I'm not really sure about my dream, or things that are more traditionally on the happy spectrum, right? Like dreams and desires and things coming out and love. But it feels appropriate at the start of the spring season on this first beautiful day that I've been waiting for, and which isn't even quite the full spring day yet. It isn't quite as warm as I'm hoping it'll be, but it's here. Spring is here, and she's breaking through, and she's starting where she is, as am I with these vlogs. And as I hope this message, if it's meant to reach you, will make you think about whatever it is that has been maybe percolating all winter, or for a few months, or for a few years in your heart, in your belly, and that maybe you've been thinking it has to come out only when it's fully formed. And certainly, trust yourself. If it doesn't feel right, it doesn't feel right. But I hope that this encourages you to bring something out anyway. Even if it means telling somebody else who loves and cares about you that there's a dream inside of me, and I want to at least name it. That's a bit of a sprout. Or if it means taking that first step, signing up for the dance class, planting something in your garden, picking back up on the meditation that you might have dropped last year. Or if you're ready, perhaps even, after you've taken that first step, thinking about a few steps ahead and how you can begin to plot them and give them a time. And I hope that whatever you do, you are as gentle with yourself as I am trying to be with myself right now, and as I hope that you're being with me, that we're gentle with each other and we're really supportive of each other, just naming our dreams and bringing our little seeds out. And makes me think of like little kids when they bring you a flower that they've plucked, and it's all kind of smushed and smashed, and but they're so delighted to bring you something. And I hope that you can listen to your heart, and that we can look at each other taking our first stumbling steps and bringing something forward and being that loving presence that goes, oh my gosh, I'm so happy that you're saying this, and I'm so happy that you're bringing forward something from your heart, and I trust and I know that it matters. It matters because it makes you happy, and if it makes you happy and brings you joy, there's no way that some of that vibration is not going to affect and assist each other. No one gets bored of the flowers coming back again spring after spring, even if they've seen them before, and even if they're small, and even if it's not the most beautiful garden, especially if you're looking with the eyes of love and joy. So whatever that is, wherever you are, and whenever you hear this, I hope that you feel from my heart to you just a lot of love and a lot of support for you, bringing those dreams forward wherever they are and taking the next step. And I would just love to hear from you. This is my first step. Anything that you receive from it, anything that you'd want to hear about in terms of joy, because I hope to be doing these now more. And just, like any step that you are thinking that you will take now that you've heard this video, that would be a lot of fun to hear and see in the comments. And I hope that it will become a part of a community that begins to build, where we share each other's joy and we support each other in our joy. And we are the joyous beings that we're meant to be deep inside, and actually bringing out the joy and in others. All right, sending so much love, and look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye-bye.